the phone rang, and it was an American voice on the end of the line. And he said to me, "Are you the guy who sang Nights in White Satin?" And I can't remember what I said, but I thought it was probably best to check, you know, that I was that person. So he said, "Because I've got a song that I'd really like you to consider." So he sent it round to the house next day, and I was listening to it in the baronial hall at the Minstrels Gallery, and that, thinking up reasons why I shouldn't do it. I spent a lot of time thinking up reasons why I shouldn't do things. I spent my whole life doing that. I mean, if I'd have known how fantastic the last 3 years, well, actually since I joined Martin when I was 17, the last 56 years or something, would have been, I'd have enjoyed every moment. But as it is, it's been stress all the way. That's the way life is. So I was listening to this demo anyway in Camelot, and that day round at the house there happened to be a young lad who worked at the Moody Blues record shop, and he'd come round for me to sign some papers or something like that, and he was making a cup of tea in the kitchen servants' quarters, and by the time he got to the lounge where I was listening to this demo, I was playing it again, and just making up my mind what I was going to say to refuse. You know. But he stood there and listened to it all the way through, this young lad. And when he finished playing, he said to me, "You ought to do that, mate. You ought to do that. It's perfect for you." So I thought, you know, who else is here? There's only him, and maybe he's right. So I went down to this little studio called Advision behind Oxford Street, and I met a guy called Jeff Wayne, and his engineer, who was also confusingly called Jeff. And I met Jeff, and they were working on a project of the H.G. Wells story of the War of the Worlds. And I did this song that we're going to play for you now. And then that was great. I knew some other musicians on the project as well, so that was nice. And then a couple of days later, he called me back, and I did another song on this album. And then I heard absolutely nothing from any of those parties for about 18 months. And the phone rang again in the baronial hall, and I rushed to pick it up 18 months later. And it was, on the phone was a promotion guy from CBS who I knew. And he said, "Do you remember that thing you did with Jeff Wayne?" And I said, "Yeah, of course." Nobody ever called. He said, "Well, it's in the lower end of the charts. And if you do Top of the Pops this week with it, it'll get in the top 30, we'll all have fun, and it'll be great." And I did. We've all had fun, and it's been absolutely wonderful. It's a great gift to me. And it's a song that we can go anywhere in the world and play, and people seem to know it. And we'd like to play it for you now. And this is called Forever